Hi everyone, my name is Brennan Lafferty. I'm the publisher of Plastics News, and I welcome you to another episode of Conversations with Plastics News. Sitting with me today is Miss Petra Cullmann, the K 2016 Director from Messe, Dusseldorf. Welcome, Petra.
Thank you, Brennan. I'm very glad to be here today.
Glad you could join us. So, even though we're at NPE in Orlando, K 2016 feels like it's right around the corner for you, I'm sure, and for many of us as well. How are the preparations going?
Well, we are quite happy now a few days before the registration deadline ends at the end of May. We are quite happy because the demand for space is very, very intense. We will make sure that another 3,000 exhibitors will be presenting their latest innovations at Next K. We have registrations from all continents. Oh. And the very, let's say, the positive development of the plastics industry that's reflected as also here at MPE will definitely be reflected in Next K as well. And we are in full preparation for the show. We have 1.5 years to go. Mm-hmm. And so we are constantly developing our infrastructure. We are doing some extensive renovations on our fairgrounds in order to make services and the infrastructure even more comfortable for exhibitors, from the infrastructure from the logistics side, but also for visitors. New services are constantly developed. And I can today say that we're sure that next October we will have the whole range of the global plastics industry represented at K again. We will have special showcase again that will deal with the questions how this wonderful material will help us to face nowadays challenges and future developments, and will contribute to new and innovative technology and solutions. We will have the special showcases usually organized by Messe Dusseldorf and the plastics industry, represented by Plastics Europe, and it will present all the contributions plastics can help to shape our future. Mm-hmm. Another feature which we will have again for Next K and which we introduced in 2013 is the Science Campus. This is a new format we have introduced where we group together universities, scientific institutions, and organizations, and they presented the latest findings and results of their activities. And I think there was going to be a very interesting news to see there. And this Science Campus will also help us to enhance the dialogue, intense dialogue between the scientific community and the industry.
Very good. You have such a lovely fairground in Dusseldorf, and you mentioned there's some renovations going on. Can you tell us a little bit about that? What can the exhibitors and attendees expect in 2016?
Sure. We have started a few years ago to refurbish the halls. We are not at the moment extending the space. We have 3,000 gross square meters in exhibition space. But we are renovating the halls. They get a new look, a new feel, new architectural design. So we have already renovated a few of the halls. The latest ones are Hall 10 and 11. There we have, for example, new restaurant outlets. There are meeting rooms, additional meeting rooms, and we are also the logistics infrastructure of the fairground is being developed. So we make sure that, especially for each K, the exhibition center is in best possible shape, and we are constantly working on it. That for K, the renovation is being accomplished, and our exhibitors and visitors can make full use of the new infrastructure then.
Wonderful. Now you mentioned the application deadline for exhibitors coming up very soon. If you're an exhibitor out there and you haven't filled out an application, what is my deadline?
Well, the deadline for registration is 31st of May this year, so there's still a few weeks to go. And but we have a very easy online registration format, so it's not difficult for anybody who wants to come again as an exhibitor, but also for new exhibitors. So I would just like to make sure that to fill in the application, send it in on time. That would be a crucial thing, because I'm quite sure we will have more demand than space again.
You always sell out.
It looks good at the moment.
Cautiously optimistic. Very good. You also, Messe Dusseldorf also runs regional trade shows in emerging markets. Can you tell our audience a little bit about those?
Sure. Well, we have, K is established in Dusseldorf since 1952, and many of our clients are global, have global activities.
Right.
I mean, the plastics industry is very dynamic in global industry. So there is a demand for other platforms in the years between K shows. And so with the experience and the expertise we have through the organization of K in Dusseldorf, we are organizing also other shows at a smaller scale for emerging markets. So we accompany our exhibitors to emerging markets like Russia, like Southeast Asia, Indonesia, Vietnam, and also to the Emirates, just to mention a few.
Wow.
And well, it's it's important. Trade shows are a very, very effective format to enter new markets, to develop customer relationships, and to work on certain regions to get new clients and work on these markets. So our clients trust us in our expertise. And for example, Interplastica in Russia is an annual event.
Okay.
We have been organizing since many, many years. And it has been very successful. And of course, I mean, Russia, for example, is affected at the moment. It's not an easy market.
No.
Because of the, the oil price, the political situation, and also of the currency development and all that. But still, it's very important for the exhibitors to be there, to be present.
Right.
And there's still a lot of demand for plastics technology and products, and so Interplastica went very well this year in January. Other shows like fairly smaller scale, for example, we have in Indonesia now. This is a quite new show because Indonesia is a very, very interesting market, with the economy being one of the fastest growing in Asia and the biggest in Southeast Asia. And with the growing demand for consumer goods, for food, beverage, for pharmaceutical products and all that, it's a very, very interesting market for plastics and rubber, representatives of the plastics and rubber industry. And that's why we started to have this show there, Indoplast, every other year. And it's sometimes we do think that we organize the shows by ourselves. We own the shows. Sometimes we have partners, local partners, or we work very closely with our subsidiaries who, for example, in Southeast Asia, Messe Dusseldorf Asia is organizing the shows with partners or on their own. So it's very important for us to deliver the best possible service also in other regions and not only every 3 years in Düsseldorf.
Very good. So if I'm an attendee at NPE this year and I've never been to K-Show, how would you describe the differences between NPE and K-Show for a plastics processor or a converter, someone walking the halls?
Well, NPE is very, very successful. And I think this year the show looks really brilliant. I mean, I can only congratulate SPI on this show, and it reflects the market developments here in the US. The plastics industry has become so strong.
Indeed.
And this is to be seen here today and these days on NPE. Well, K has always been the global platform for the industry since the beginning. And this is where exhibitors from all over the world and also visitors from all over the world get together every 3 years on their flagship event. Last time for K 2013 we had exhibitors from over 60 countries, and 60% of the visitors came from all from outside of Germany. That means we have visitors from all continents, and this is the platform where every 3 years the global industry meets in order to find out what is new, what is the latest technology, are the newest developments in materials.
Yeah.
And K is the innovation platform for the industry.
Very good.
And so we will make sure that next year this edition will be also very successful and will be as successful for all our participants like the last edition.
Indeed.
We do our best.
You mentioned the word global. How dependent are trade shows on global developments?
Well, of course, trade shows reflect markets and markets developments, and for successful business, you need stable political conditions. You need very good macroeconomic conditions, and this is always reflected on trade shows as well. It means, I mentioned Russia before.
Yeah.
The situation at the moment, of course, reflects on the show. But even in times where the situation in the market is difficult, it is important to be there, to be in touch with the market, to be in touch with your clients, and to keep on going the relationship. When, for example, when we look back 14 years ago, 9/11, there was a case show in 2001 in October, 1 month after this horrible terror attack. And of course the visitor numbers dropped, especially from the States.
Right.
And so it was a very clear indication of how political changes, crisis reflects on a show. Or if we look back at NPE in 2009, in the middle of the global economic crisis, financial crisis, the best trade show cannot change economic circumstances. It reflects the actual situation, and that's also be seen here today, these days at NPE, because the extremely the very good economic development in the US, especially for this industry, is clearly reflected in the presentations of the exhibitors here and the attendance, and it's such a positive development.
Yeah, I feel that you were on the upswing of these.
Yeah, absolutely.
Indeed.
So we look forward, and we hope that the perspective, the political circumstances, and the economic circumstances, conditions for K in October next year will be as favorable as today, or even better.
Right.
Who knows?
Very good. Now, I understand you're throwing a reception this evening.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about that? Are you going to share any plans of K 2016 with your guests?
Yes, it's a very important format we have. It's a long tradition, this reception we have at NPE, because we share a very good relationship with SPI, and we have the possibility every 3 years to do our first international reception at NPE. And it's a welcome to the K community, to the plastics and rubber community, where we share the status of our development, where we meet and greet the global plastics family in order to give them the latest insights on what they can expect next year.
Right.
And many other events to follow, but this is the first one, and this is very important. And we're very glad to be here in Orlando and hopefully have some sunshine this afternoon, because it's an outdoor event. And we look forward to meeting our customers from all over the world there.
Wonderful. Well, is there anything else about K 2016 you'd like to share?
Well, I hope everybody is in full preparation, and we look forward to the show, and we will make sure that it's going to be a success for our clients when it comes to business, when it comes to new developments. But when the global community meets, a lot of new ideas and projects come into life, and this is always fascinating to see, and we do our best to make a good job and to create the best platform for the industry next year. in October.
I'm sure K 2016 will be another wonderful success. I look forward to seeing you in Dusseldorf.
So do I.
Very good. Well, this has been another Conversation with Plastics News. Our guest today has been Petra Cullmann, Director of K 2016 of Messe Dusseldorf. Thanks, Petra.
Thank you, Brennan.